Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Engel Fonseca, aquí en la recta final de IAB Conecta 2015. Y tengo el privilegio de estar con Brian Wong. Él es fundador de Kiip, tiene 20 años, 20 years of age, right?
24 now.
24, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Tiene 20 años de edad y es un súper emprendedor, amante de los videojuegos, convencido del tema mobile. Y bueno, nos está visitando hoy después de una gran conferencia. How are you, Brian?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah, first time in Mexico?
First time in Mexico City, but
Cancun.
third time at Cancun, yep.
Oh,
and then
man,
Villahermosa of all other cities is the other place, yeah.
Great, great. So it really inspires me to see that you're young and you've created a lot of value from doing something you love. So you love video games, right?
I love video games, yeah.
Yeah. What video games do you play?
Well, I did play a lot of Counter-Strike, as I was mentioning in my talk.
Okay.
And I do play a few mobile games as well, but now obviously I've lost a lot of that extra time, so I don't get a lot of chances to play.
Now the game is the
games.
business.
Now the game is the business, yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
great, great. So you founded this company, Kiip. What is it about?
So Kiip is about taking sort of these moments in consumers' lives when you're in your phone, for example, in a game, leveling up, or in a productivity app, crossing off a few to-dos, or in your fitness app, finishing a run. And in that moment when you feel good, having a brand be there to reward you.
Momentum.
So we want to have, when you're finishing a run, imagine Gatorade was there to reward you, right?
Yeah.
We want to take relevant rewards and bring them into moments when you actually need them.
What's the relevance of optimism within video game experiences?
So games are the core of our idea. It's where Kiip was born, was this idea that when you level up in a game or finish a level, those were moments that people have this elation. They feel good.
Because it's chemical, right?
It is. It's completely chemical.
Yeah.
And in that moment, it's obviously a great moment, but unfortunately a lot of advertisers take that moment and they don't take advantage of it. And so for me, it's about taking that moment and building that relationship even further through something that actually is valuable to the user in that moment.
If brands are interested in advertising with you, is it a programmatic buy or is it direct relationship with you?
It's direct because I think programmatic, as I was also mentioning, there's a lot of metrics that unfortunately these things are being judged on that are a little bit old, right? It's still based on a lot of reach and frequency. It's still based on how cheap something can be. But when you think about emotion isn't cheap.
Yeah.
If you can take emotion and truly identify when it's happening, you then have a very powerful mechanism.
Do you have any plans? Do you have audience in Latin America?
Yeah, we have a huge business here. About 18% of our audience is here.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning some of the brands that we work with, everyone from Coke to Bimbo to we just launched something with Baby Bell, the cheese brand, a lot of different companies. And it's around Mexico, Colombia, and Brazil, and are the three major countries that we work with.
Wow, awesome. Yeah. So what is your biggest satisfaction of what you've done?
I think, it's really hard to move an industry forward. It's especially when there's so many things holding it back. I'm so proud that because of what we've been doing, a lot of companies have started to subscribe to this idea of moments. And it isn't just us anymore. It's Google. It's a bunch of other companies. And I think it's only going to continue to be more. And I think that's our single's biggest contribution is to help the industry think about it differently. The other, I think, is also making a consumer feel about us entirely different than just an ad. But I want the consumer to look at us as a service, as something that actually helps them in their daily lives. And that has to date been very difficult for any company that's been in advertising to do.
Wow, interesting. Now, the slogan of the event of IAB is Reimagining the Future. IAB just turned 10 years of age. What's your forecast in the next 5 to 10 years? This question has been asked to every person, so there is not a right answer.
Of course. I think you look at the hyper adoption of technologies, as I was mentioning, everything from people buying drones so quickly and people
and you
buying,
lose them quickly.
Yeah,
like I already lost
lose
it.
them and buy them quickly, right? And then
Yeah.
your connected devices, and then people are excited to try new technologies, right? And when you think about that, there's no way of knowing the cycles are 10 years anymore. What would have happened in 10 years and now might happen in 1 year, right? And that's the type of cycle that I'm excited about, right? And so when you take 5 to 10 years in the future, I think it's going to be more closer, the proximity of the devices come closer to the body. It's inevitable that things are going to be embedded in our bodies, and it's inevitable that the generations that will be after us are the ones that will be used to that. Right now, the idea of having something in
Yeah,
your
it sounds like being a cyborg.
yes, and that's exactly what will happen.
Cyborg marketing.
Cyborg marketing. Yeah, and I don't even think we'll be calling it cyborg. It's just normal,
it's
right?
normal, yeah.
Like before glasses were invented,
Yeah.
what glasses looked like kind of a foreign object. Now it's like a normal thing, right?
Yeah,
so I
or
think over time,
watches or
exactly.
even-
So it'll
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, thank you so much for visiting us here in Mexico. You have what you said has a lot of deep content relevance, and as you said, it's not just about everybody letting them know that the brand is there and that you can buy them, but there's a specific timing for everything, right?
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much. Where can we follow you on Twitter? Your webpage?
Yeah, everything. So my Twitter handle is Brian_Wong. I know there's another guy that's Brian Wong, at Brian Wong. And then on Instagram, Brian at Brian Wong. And then our website is kiip.com. That's KIIP.com.
Just one last question.
Yeah.
What could you tell to a person, maybe a immigrant, a digital immigrant, or a marketing director that doesn't play any video game? What are they missing out?
Well, they should probably spend some time with their nieces, their nephews, their kids, or whomever in their family does play, and really see how addicting these things truly are, and then they will understand.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Gracias a todos.